Good day, family. God bless you. We're back again. This is Senior Talk with Clara Hubbard, your resource and information show for people getting better with age. We are in March. This is March 2nd. This show is being filmed and taped. And let me tell you, first day of early voting. And oh my goodness, I had to hold this woman down to get her to put on her comfortable shoes because she's been on roller skates since the beginning of campaign season. Her name is Tiffany Brooks. Punch 145 for Tiffany Brooks. She is out here doing big business. And let me tell you, it's non-negotiable of what she's doing. I am so glad that she is joining us. How are you today, Tiffany?
I am doing great. I am doing great. To take the roller skates off for just a second.
That's right. That's good news. Well, let me tell you, we are so excited because you have chose to use Senior Talk as your platform for your campaign, and we're excited about it, and we appreciate you. But first, let's talk about some women history facts. You were
Okay.
the first deputy commissioner of the City of Chicago Business Affairs. Tell us what that means.
Okay. So I work for the city. I'm a first deputy, which is means I run operations. So the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection, we issue business licenses to all the city to all the businesses that are required to be licensed by the city. But we
Mhm.
also enforce and require compliance with the city municipal code. So that's what we do.
That's good news. So let me tell you, how long have you been in this position? Let me ask you, how long have you been in this position?
Well, I've been in government for about 12 years. I've been in this spot since it's just been since April, so it hasn't quite been a year. But I've been in
Okay.
government for 12 years. So I've been doing public service for a while. Yeah.
Exactly. Having read some of your bio and been present with you in the community, I also want to let everyone know I am wearing red because 3 weeks ago, February 6th, which was National Go Red Day, this young
Yes.
lady came and shared her momentous and personable story about her campaign for Go Red Heart. So let's take, I'm not going to play the video. We're not going to cry. What does picture mean right
Wow.
here, Tiffany?
Oh my goodness. So that is me just giving a little insight as to my journey with my mom and her battle with heart disease, which ended for her. And so I just had to share that with everyone, with Clara and everyone. So Clara and I shared that experience.
Yes,
I will say what I say to a lot of people: no one knows the heart of a motherless child except for God and perhaps another motherless child. And
that's
so
right.
when your mom dies from heart disease, you it's like having a support group. You need people who understand, because that
Hmm.
void you can't feel, that loss you can never feel that. So
That is correct. And let me tell you, I think I look well. I look good without my glasses. They kind of big
oh yeah,
frame. They
you
cover
look
my whole
amazing.
face. But let me say this: you are so right. And some years ago, you know of her Essie Marie salad dressing. I
Hmm.
had the chance of meeting Itonia Scott, and that was her platform of developing that salad dressing that's in many grocery stores across the
Hmm.
nation because of her loss of her mother so suddenly at the same, of the same disease, heart disease. So we're not stopping on this is a just a footnote in her speech today, but we're going back. We're coming back in May for National Hypertension Day. Me and Tiffany and
Yes.
Tonya Scott, you're going to see us together. All right. Now,
Yes.
let me talk to you about this. You have three things that I want to tackle:
Okay.
civic community and civic engagement. Where have you been and what does that mean?
Oh my goodness. That means that my life has been dedicated to public service. And so I say that because growing up, I grew up, and my parents are from Woodlawn. And then my grandparents, my maternal grandparents, they moved to South Shore when they purchased their first house. And we were the
Mhm.
second Black family on the block. They had that house for almost 60 years. So
Wow.
yeah, integrating the neighborhood is tough.
Yes.
But growing up in the Woodlawn area, my mom and my grandmother, it was a big community. And my grandmother would volunteer with the Woodlawn organization. Everybody knows it as TWO and Dr.
Hmm.
Finney. And my grand aunt, Maddie C. Butler. She ran Woodlawn East Community and Neighbors, and they fought for equitable housing and fair housing. And so it's always been about community with my family.
Absolutely.
My family members are all members of unions. And, you know, my brother is an electrician, IBEW, and my sister CTU. My mother was CTU. So they were about unions and they were about unity. And so when I say civic engagement, it's that kind of thing. And just down to the bare minimum, because my mother would tell me all the time, "Hey, little girl," she would say,
Yeah.
"I don't care how you look, how much money you making, how many letters you got behind your name, and all of that good stuff." She said, "Everybody in life at some point is going to need help, and that includes you. And your job is to help them." And so, at the very core of it all, is just helping each other and being there for each other and making
Wow.
sure you stand by people when they need it the most. And so, that's when I say civic engagement. But I'm also a member of several organizations, Professional Women's Network. I sit on the board of Southside Community Federal Credit Union, and that is a local Black-owned credit union that helps the underbanked and the unbanked, with meaning people who don't have bank accounts or who may not be able to get them at the large banks. And
Hmm.
that and it's owned by the members, and so that helps build wealth in the community. I worked for South Shore Bank, or Shore Bank, and I was a loan officer there, and I went to law school at night when I worked there. And we helped so many people in our communities obtain home ownership, and that
Mm.
builds legacy and that builds wealth. So when I say that, it's just the steps you take. And I wasn't even trying to be like civically engaged. It's just I wanted to be somewhere where there was a mission, there was a purpose, and the purpose was to help the community, because I
I,
just want to see everybody do well.
yes, and I know I live the same motto, and I just want what I do to be impactful
Yes,
somehow,
yes,
to be impactful, whether it's broadcast or future things down the line, to be
yes.
impactful, that you learn something from our time together.
That's
So
right.
let's do this. You mentioned in your commercial you honor Eugene Pincham.
Yes,
Tell us
yes.
those three P's, if you would. Break those down
The
for us.
late great Eugene Pincham. So I think I said two things about our Eugene Pincham. I said that young Black children, or children anywhere, they can't be what they can't see.
Mm,
And that is something so powerful, because our children right now, they need role models. They need to be able to see people. And they may not want to be a judge or a lawyer, and they
yes.
may, but they want to do something that's going to make sure that they make it in life and it makes a difference. And so
Hmm.
that's when I said that, that's what I meant by that particular the three P's. But the three P's are preparation,
Hmm.
perseverance, and prayer. And not necessarily in that order,
Not
because
in
I
that order.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Not
I
in that
pray.
order.
Yes, I pray so much. First thing before I even get out the bed, when my eyes open, I'm saying, "God, thank you for another day." Because you're here one moment and you're gone the next. And that
Yes,
happens
ma'am.
so quickly. And that's what happened with my mother. We saw her, we took her to the emergency room, we never saw her alive again. So that life
Hmm.
is precious. You know,
Yes.
the air we breathe is precious. And
Yes.
so I pray a lot. And I was always taught to pray. Get on your knees and pray. You're not too big to bend your knees, you know.
That's right. Every
We're
night, every morning.
Yes, yep.
Yes, ma'am.
And throughout the day, if you can't
Throughout the
bend,
day.
go somewhere and just say a little prayer, or sit at your desk and say a little prayer. So I pray a lot. But preparation and perseverance. So preparation is important so that you won't be caught in a
Hmm.
situation that you're not prepared for.
Hmm.
And sometimes you can't always prepare for every little thing, but prepare as much as you can. And it started, you know, people start as young as a child. Okay, get your school clothes ready, get your things together,
Yes.
pack your lunch, get that.
Yeah.
You know, that's preparation. If you're going somewhere, I came for the interview. I'm thinking, Alona, so let me think about what it is I want Senior Talk to hear and know about me. What's
Hmm.
important to them? Like you
Right.
said, making an impact. I make an impact every day because I support small businesses throughout the city of Chicago, and
Hmm.
that impacts our community. I want to take the impact further being a judge, because I want our people to be treated well. And that's that perseverance. You persevere even when the times get rough, even when it's hard for you and you don't feel like you can take another step. You
Mm.
call on God and you just persevere. And that's what I
Even
was always taught. Yes.
Absolutely. So, what have been the testimonies on this campaign trail and
Oh,
through your
goodness.
previous work? What I mean, your current work. What is your testimonies you can share? What have the community told you? Because you've been in the streets,
Yeah,
door knocking, canvassing. You know, it's
yeah.
real. It's
Yes, it
real
is
out here.
very
So,
real. It is
what
very
what
real.
what can you
So there
share
have
with us?
been so most of the responses I've been receiving are welcoming and positive. They're good responses. There have been some not so good responses. And I've had people say things like, "Don't you already have a good enough job? Why would you want to do?" Yeah, and I can't understand that, but I shook it off. I didn't let it bother me at all. But the positive responses have always been when I least expected it. And that's how
Mm-hmm.
God works. Because you think you got everything planned out, you think you know it all. And they say, tell God your plans and he'll laugh.
He'll,
Watch
he'll,
him laugh.
he'll laugh at you. That's right.
Yeah,
All the
because
time.
he has it already worked out. And so sometimes when I think, I don't know what I'm going to do about a situation, the door
Mm-hmm.
opens up, the window will open up, something will open up. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I've had to overcome several obstacles, but it always seems to work out. And people will tell, "Oh, Tiffany, so and so." I was at Greater Harvest Sunday, and I was leaving, and a lady walked up to me and she said, "Your name is Tiffany." I said, "Yeah." And she said, "You're this lady named Karen Abernathy?" I said, "Yes." She said, "She told me so many wonderful things about you, and I just heard you speak, and now I believe every word." And I said,
oh,
"Oh, thank you so much." She said, "I'm telling everybody about you." And I really, really appreciate that, because
that's good
word
news.
of mouth is more powerful than any sign, any any banner, all that commercials and stuff. That word of mouth that can get out by you just saying, "Hey, I know this woman, she's running for judge. She's done very well in the community.
Mm-hmm.
She means well. She has a heart for the people. I want to know if I can get your vote for her." That
Well,
works. It goes
that's
a
like
long.
they say, Tiffany. What you do in secret, God will reward openly.
He will. He
You
will.
have already put the groundwork in and built relationships with the community, and so
Yes.
that's why she was able to place your name and tell you
Yes.
that to keep you encouraged. You know, sometimes them God footnotes come in real handy. It could
Yes,
be
they
anywhere
do.
in the word. They come in real handy.
Yes.
I call them little footnotes or nuggets. Jesus
Yes.
nuggets.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I believe in it. I believe in them.
Yeah.
So, is there any particular area that you would like to get to, or a particular audience that you want to address? What would you say to our loyal voters, the seniors and the veterans that are tuning in today? What would you say to them?
So to the veterans, I would say thank you for your service. I do not
Mm-hmm.
take that lightly. My grandfather and my father were members of the U.S. Marine. I'm sorry, U.S. Air Force,
Mm-hmm.
and right out of well, for my father, right out of high school, and my grandfather when he migrated to the north from Mississippi, he joined. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't take that lightly. I thank you for your service, and I pray that if there's anything that you need that I can do, please reach out to me and let me know, and I will be more than happy to. And that goes for the seniors as well.
Yes.
And the seniors, or the elders as I call them, I'm standing on their shoulders. They paved the way for me. They're the
Mm-hmm.
ones who did all the work. I'm here now because of them, because of their labor, because of all the trials that they went through. And so the first thing I'd like to say is just thank you. I appreciate you, because many times people don't stop to say that. Thank
That's
you
right.
so much. I really appreciate it. And the second thing I would like to say is get out and keep moving. Don't stop.
Mm.
Do not stop.
That's
I
right.
know sometimes it looks bleak, but don't stop. And check on each other. Check on
That's
each
right.
other. Yeah.
Well, you was on my next show. All right, that's a good one. I believe in the well-being checks. It's real business, and you see
Yes.
your girlfriend or friend in your community. You ain't seen them moving around. See what's going on. You
Yeah.
know that happened a lot during COVID, which is good. We can still continue that. That was something that you positive, awesome that you said. I really believe in that. But
Yeah.
there is no but. Now I want to ask you, how do you? Let me ask you the division that you're going to be serving in. What kind of court is it going to be?
So you actually, we
I'm
don't
trying to,
get to choose.
I had to have somebody identify what does sub circuit mean. I was
Oh
off,
yeah.
oh
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, and
Yeah.
now
Yes.
I understand. So, excuse me.
Yeah.
Tell us what
So I'm
division.
I'm running in the first judicial subcircuit, but I would be a Cook County Circuit Court judge, which
Or
means I can
countywide.
serve anywhere. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't, what a lot of people don't know is we don't get to choose. So all the judges in Cook County start in traffic. Believe it or not. That's how you get trained. You go to
Mm-hmm.
traffic and you get trained there. And it's good because number one, you interact with a lot of people. And number two, you learn basic legal work, and also you get a taste at, because you don't have a lot of jury trials in traffic, but you get a taste at
Mm-hmm.
motions and bench trials. You do have a lot of bench trials in traffic, so you get a taste of that. But you're really learning what it is to be a judge, how to go in and manage this courtroom, and people always talk about trial this and trial that. So I think we need to shift the focus and think about litigation, because
Mm-hmm.
really when you file a case, whether it's civil or criminal, and I've practiced in both civil and criminal,
Mm-hmm.
when you file a case, the litigation is the entire experience. So from the date of filing all the way to the date of resolution, it is. But most people don't know that 95% or more of cases don't ever go to trial. People
Mm-hmm.
wind up, if it's civil, they settle out. If it's
Okay.
criminal, they plea out. And people
Yeah.
just get tired. They get tired of coming to court. They don't have money, especially if you're suing somebody like a corporation or something. You don't have money. In criminal cases, it comes where you just get tired of going back and forth. You don't have money to pay the lawyer, so people just get tired, and so they settle out. So it's good to know and have trial work,
Mm-hmm.
but most of being a judge, from what I've understood in my practice, as well as knowing other judges, as well as having been, so before I was this first deputy, I was working for the county. I was the general counsel and then the chief of staff for the clerk of the circuit court. So we ran the back end of the court. We kept the record and we assisted the judges. My clerks were like the backbone of the courtroom. So we get to see what goes on behind the scenes. And so management experience and leadership roles really matter, because when people enter your courtroom, and most people don't want to go to court, trust me, lawyers don't
Right.
even want to go to court a lot.
Right.
So and people that are transactional lawyers, meaning they don't go to court, they make good judges too. There are many of them out there that make good judges. But management, when I say that, you have your clerk, you have your assistant, you may have a law clerk, you got the bailiff, you got lawyers in front of you, then you have the litigants, and you got to know how to manage that, getting people in and out efficiently,
Great.
giving just rulings,
Mm-hmm.
and managing expectation. So if you, a lot of times how these judges change when they get the role and they get this big job and they're sitting there, it's because they've never managed before. When I
Great.
was chief of staff with the clerk of circuit court, I managed 1,400 people every day.
Woo.
1,000 of them were union members,
Mm-hmm.
Teamsters. And then when I now in my current role, I still manage over 200 people. So you got to be able to build those relationships. Know how to talk to your staff, know how to talk to your people. I'm hearing that a little more, and this is not a knock against anybody, but sometimes when you're younger, you don't have as much management and
Yeah.
leadership skills,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree, and that's a perfect. That's about that preparation, and we
Preparation.
got to build that rapport. And
Yes,
I always tell people that you have to have a heart of empathy
you do.
when you
And
work
compassion.
in public service. Period. I don't care
Yes,
what angle.
yes,
I don't care what angle it
yes,
is. You have to have
yes.
a heart of empathy to think of what that person is feeling from that side. You standing at a podium with a robe on, and the person on the other side is fearful just walking into the courtroom.
Yeah. And it's
You
easy
have,
to look down on somebody while you're sitting up.
yes,
But
thank you. Thank you.
but you have to know. What I always say is, I don't know what it took for them to make it to my courtroom. I
Mm,
don't know if they had car fare to get there or clothing, whether they borrowed it or got a ride or took the bus
mm-hmm.
or walked. I don't know what
Wow.
it took. So you have to keep in mind what people have been through before they come across your path, before they interact with you. I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
what mindset it is. Everybody has a life. What did they go through before who did they have an argument? Is something going on? Especially if you face an eviction. What are you thinking
mm-hmm.
about? And you have children or a divorce. What are you
Mm-hmm.
losing? So you have to
Yeah.
be mindful of all of those things and keep that in mind. I stand for the people because I'm one of them. I'm a girl from the Southeast side. So I came from the people, and I want to give a voice to the voiceless. Because when people step before me, tell me about your case. Tell me what happened. You know,
Talk to me.
that's right. I'm
Okay.
not talking at you. Talk to
Right.
me. I
That's
want to
right.
know what's it. Forget all this noise and these lawyers. Tell me what you want me to know so that I can have
Mm-hmm.
a just ruling. And I'll tell him, even if it doesn't go exactly how you want it to go, I want them to walk out of my courtroom knowing that somebody actually listened and heard them
That's
and
it.
was fair. They might
Yes.
be like, well, it didn't, but she was fair. I can't
Absolutely.
lie, you know.
I like that. Now we are literally 15 days till March 17th. It's
Ooh,
critical out here. I'm
it
telling
is.
every person as you're tuning in, as you're listening, if you know and you listen across the world, we lost a couple of weeks ago Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. His
Yeah.
plight for voting is still ongoing, and we are pushing to get a higher voter turnout in the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. We
Mm-hmm.
can do it. The polls are open, and let me put up the chicagoelections.gov is where you can go to get your information. Let's not
Yeah.
play games. Let's do it for ourselves, do it for those who've gone and made the sacrifice for us, and let's do it for the future. How about that? Let's do it for the
Yes.
future. So
Yes.
Tiffany, I got two questions. Well, one
Mm-hmm.
one closing remark. What is your campaign theme song, girl? What charges you up?
I don't.
You
I
got
don't
one. You got
have.
one. You got one, Tiffany. What is it?
I have a few songs that I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
I love Stevie Wonder, so I listen to "Signed, Sealed, Delivered." I'm your. I listen to
All right.
that all the time,
Okay, I
but I
like that.
also yeah, I also listen to gospel. I listen to gospel a
Yes,
lot,
ma'am.
and so William Dow has a song. What is the name of that song?
Well, I just wanted to strike because we try to learn people,
I do,
their,
yeah.
their,
But
their
let me
motivation.
tell you what I've been on. What's at the top of my playlist right now? I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you this
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a more traditional gospel person. I like contemporary, but I'm a more traditional.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Reverend Clay Evans. I know the Lord will make a way because
Wow.
my mother loves that song,
Tell the
and
truth.
I just hum it at night and all through the day. I know the Lord. I just hum it. And my mother,
Amen.
she was a singer, and
Yeah.
so she would sing at church all the time. And her song was "Believe I'll Run On and See What the End Gonna Be."
It's gonna
So
be. Ooh, come on now,
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
We
yeah.
going to church. We're going to church. Let me tell you, I know that song very well. My mother's song was by the Clarks. Said, "You brought the sunshine into my
Oh
life." That was
yes,
her cut.
yes, yes, yes.
Can I get a witness?
Can I
Anybody
get
know?
them?
Yeah, we can go
Anybody
there.
know Jesus? Won't he make a difference in your life?
That's right. Come on, girl. Let's go. So let me
Yes.
let me ask you this. We're gonna close out our show. Just give us your closing remarks and tell them why everyone needs to punch 145.
Well, in the immortal words of the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr., I say punch 145 and keep hope alive.
Oh,
And
go ahead,
yes,
girl.
yes, I do. Yeah. And so also I ask everyone to please take someone to the polls with you,
Mm-hmm.
especially our young people, because we need to encourage them to vote. It's very important.
Yes.
And I ask everyone, if you don't remember, I'm attorney Tiffany Brooks. For the women, it's Tiffany, like Tiffany and Company, or
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. For the men, it's Brooks Brothers Suits.
All right.
Let's remember Tiffany Brooks. I am standing on my platform of restoring trust and reforming justice with rooted in integrity.
Amen. I love it. I love it. Well, everyone, thank you for making us a part of your day. Don't forget to punch 145. Tiffany Brooks to keep hope alive.
That's
And
right.
you heard it here from Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard. As I can only tell you again, please, y'all, don't let the weather's going to be on our side. This is the perfect time to get out an early vote. Take a
Mm-hmm.
friend, call your people. Let's go together. Let's travel in groups and
Yeah.
show us that you actually voted. And let's see your punches. You can send them to seniorvotesmatter@gmail. We're going to find a way that we can see that you've early voted. We want to get that out. Older Americans, we love you, and this platform is for you. This has been a Senior Votes Matter edition of Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard, and we want you to vote March 17th. Don't forget, punch 145 for Tiffany Brooks to keep
Yes.
hope alive. God
That's
bless you, and thank you for
thank
making a part of your day, and we will see you next time. Everyone, take care.